Hey everyone, time for your March 2025 Greater Houston Housing Market Update. Single family home sales declined 3% year over year. So February of 24 compared to February of 25, 3% less home sales this February. Days on market, climbing a little bit, okay? For single family homes, went from 58 days to 59 days. So for single family homes, which is the majority of the market, you're at about 2 months days on market, okay? Total property sales were down 4.7% at about 7,200 units sold altogether. Total dollar volume was statistically flat at $2.8 billion. So about 4.7% less amount of sales, but about the same amount of volume, which means homes are selling for about 4% more than they were last year. Taking a little longer to sell, still selling for a little bit more, okay? Key point right there. Average price rose about 2.3%, okay, 407.5. Okay, so again, more homes, there's about 30% more homes active on the market right now than there was at this time last year. Something else to think about. So a little bit more choice. Again, rates have been going down the last, 6-7 weeks. There's been some, back and forth. CPI numbers, inflation numbers came out good yesterday. Again, I'm filming this on March 13th, CPI came out yesterday, and then another inflation report, like a manufacturer or I forget the pricing, the wholesale, but another report came out today pretty much saying the same thing about inflation. So those are good indicators. Again, the Fed cares about inflation, keeping it as low as possible, and then keeping the job market up. So also we're hearing about tariffs and all these things on steel, lumber, like a lot of housing stuff. Yeah. So if the stock market goes down, people flood to the bond market. What happens on the bond market? That's where mortgage-backed securities are sold. So if there's more buyers and there's more demand for bonds and secured, bonds instead of the stock market, which is going down, and people are flooding to the security of bonds, that means there's more buyers out there for mortgage-backed securities, which means there's gonna be more competition, and they'll do with a little bit less margin, which means rates should go down a little bit. So always be looking at the 10-year Treasury yield. That is the closest indicator of mortgage rates, okay? Get back into the Houston stats though, Greater Houston stats. Single family homes months of inventory registered a 4.4 month supply, up from 3.3 months a year ago. So there you go, about 30% more homes listed right now. So if you wanna buy now. When rates go down, homes are gonna fly faster and there'll be less negotiation on the sales price, which you can't renegotiate. Interest rates, you can always refi in the future. So get that home now. Townhome and condo sales. This is probably not the most. This is one of the less important. I don't focus on townhome and condo as much because I'm more of a suburban. I'm more of the outskirts of Houston. I do go in town a lot, but 80% of my business is single family home sales. So townhome and condo sales declined 22% year over year. But check this out. The average price rose 11% to $287,746. I don't know what to tell you from that, other than townhomes and condos, a lot less number of sales, but the ones that did sell sold for 11% more year over year. That's a heck of an increase. So anyway, those are the down and dirty stats for your 2025 March Greater Houston Housing Market Update. I should call it the Rodeo Month Update. Anyway, hope you guys are doing great, and call, text, or email me with any questions. Catch you next month. Bye-bye.